At this time, I'd like to bring our CEO, Dennis Bloom, and he's going to tell you where we're heading in this future, this powerful company. Let's give it up, CEO, Mr. Dennis Bloom!
How's it going so far this morning, guys? Good, all right. Well, my job today is to explain to you, to the best of my ability, some recent legislation that happened. It was called the Affordable Care Act, or AKA Obamacare, okay? You know, when they were debating the Affordable Care Act, Nancy Pelosi very famously said, we've got to pass it so we can find out what's in it, right? Okay? Well, let me tell you what. I know what's in it, okay? Because I have read all 2,700 pages of the Act, okay? Now, I first thought that when I got into it, or what I heard about it, that maybe it would have a terrible effect on AmeriPlan, okay? Because as you know, the Act says that effective January the 1st of 2014, okay? Now let me emphasize that because that's very important. Nothing happens until January the 1st of 2014. So everything remains the same for about a year and a half, right? Okay? Now, the second thing that I want to point out to you is that the Affordable Care Act is a very robust program, okay? But, you know, Mr. Obama, or President Obama, in his wisdom, left out of the Affordable Care Act adult dental and adult vision. Isn't that great? I'm telling you. Boy, I tell you, if I could see that guy, I would shake his hand and say, thank you very, very much. Because, you know, as all of you know, we built AmeriPlan on what? A little old dental plan, right? And that Affordable Care Act just passed it by. So, nothing happens until January the 1st of 2014, and even when it's effective, it does not affect 70 to 80% of our business. Isn't that great? I'm telling you, that is wonderful. But I want to go into a little detail about the Act itself and how it is structured. And after reading it and studying it, I came to the conclusion that if AmeriPlan wrote that, we should have wrote the Act. I'm telling you, because it is so much in our favor. It's like they invited Daniel and I up there to write the bill, okay? And I want to show you this morning how fantastic the Obamacare or Affordable Care Act is for AmeriPlan and our future, okay? Now, the first thing I want to tell you is that, as I mentioned a while ago, the benefits are very, very robust, okay? If you can think of a benefit, it's probably it's called the ACA, the Affordable Care Act. It's in that act, okay? It covers doctors, hospitals, ancillary, children's dental vision, labs. Think of something. Yeah, it covers it. Think of something. Covers it. Think of something else. It covers it. I'm sorry? It covers it. It covers it. I'm telling you, it covers everything. Okay, don't just stop. Just stop because it covers everything. All right, just stop. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. Here's how it's structured, okay? There are 4 plan types, okay? 4 of them. Now, the benefits are exactly the same in every plan type. The benefits covers everything, Okay? Yeah, it's real simple. All right? Now, here's the interesting thing. They call these 4 plan types bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. You would have thought they had come up with, something more original than that. So there's a bronze plan, a silver plan, a gold plan, and a platinum plan. Now here's the difference. The difference in each plan is the premium charged for that plan, okay? And the co-pays involved with that plan. Those are the only 2 things that are different. The premium that you pay and the amount of your copay, depending on which plan you select, okay? Now, the bronze plan is 60-40. Insurance company pays 60% of all the fees charged. The insured pays 40%. 60-40, okay? Everybody got it? The silver plan is 70-30. Insurance company pays 70% of all the charges. The patient pays 30% of all the charges. The gold plan is 80-20. And the platinum plan is 90-10. Okay? Now, because these plans are so robust, they built into them what are called premium credits or subsidies for they say the middle class, okay, and the poor. Okay? And I'm going to explain to you how that works, all right? It's all based on what is called the Federal Poverty Guidelines, okay? Now, the Federal Poverty Guidelines, I'm going to talk about a family of 4, okay? The Federal Poverty Guidelines for a family of 4 is approximately $20,000 a year. Okay? Now, if your total family income is less than 133% of the Federal Poverty Guidelines, or the FPGs, okay, then you go on Medicare. Now, 133% of approximately $20,000 is about $30,000, right? So if your total family income is $30,000 or less, you're going to go on Medicaid and you pay nothing for your coverage, okay? Then it goes up from there, okay? If you are from 133 to 150, if you're from 150 to 200, if you're from 200 to 250, it just goes right on up, okay? So it goes from 133% of the Federal Poverty Guidelines up to 400%, okay? And as your income is greater, your subsidy is less. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? So, for an example, 400% of the federal guidelines for a family of 4 is approximately $88,000 a year, okay? So if your family income is greater than approximately $88,000 a year, guess what? You get no subsidy at all. You're paying full price for your health care. Now, in my opinion, now they have not come out with any pricing yet for these things, but in my opinion, and I've read some speculative stuff, but in my opinion, if you're paying full price and you have no subsidy at all, it's going to run you between $12,000 to $15,000 a year in premium. Isn't that great? And the Supreme Court says you got to get it, right? So, here we go. I'm going to put on my glasses and I'm going to just do some stuff here for you, okay? All right. Incomes. For about $35,000 a year. Your subsidy, your contribution to the premium is going to be about $150 a month if your family income is about $35 a year. Let me ask you this. If your family income is $35,000 a year, can you afford $150 a month for health insurance? You can't do it, okay? If your income is around $45,000 a year, your premium is going, your contribution, okay, is going to be about $250 a month. If your income, if your family income is about $60,000 a year, okay, about $5,000 a month, that's husband and wife, that's total income into the family, okay? If it's about, if the husband makes 35 and the wife makes 25, it's about $60,000 a year. Their portion of that insurance premium is going to run about $400 a month, okay? If you're at around $70,000 a year, it's going to be almost $600 a month, your portion, okay? And as I mentioned, from $70,000 to $87,999, if your family income is in that area, your projected contribution for the premium is going to be a little over $700 per month, okay? And as I mentioned a while ago, if your income is above $88,000 for a family of 4, you're going to have to pay 100% of it, okay? Now, here's, they kind of approach it 2 ways, okay? Number one, if you are from 133% to 150%, 4% of your gross income. If it's from 150 to 200%, it is 7% of your gross income. If it is 200 to 250, it is 8% of your gross income. And if it's 300 to 400 of the federal poverty level, it is 9.5%. Okay? So you can see how those premiums go up. Now, what I want to tell you is this. There are a lot of other things that will apply in this thing. Yes, sir. For an example, as an individual, your maximum out of pocket is going to be approximately $6,000. Okay? Now, for a family of 4, that's going to be about $12,000. So there is some caps to it. Does that make sense to you? Okay? Now, here's how AmeriPlan can really, really help people, okay? Because remember, you go to the doctor, let's say the average doctor bill is $100, the insurance, and you have the silver plan, okay, the 70/30, the doctor's going to get reimbursed by the insurance company, right? $30 has got to come right out of your pocket that you got to pay him at the point, of service. But what if you have an AmeriPlan card? Our discounts with our doctors are greater than 30%. So literally, you can walk out of that doctor's office without paying any copay at all. Isn't that great? All right. Now, let's assume that you have a major medical problem, and you go to the hospital, and you hit your cap of $12,000. Okay, let's say you run up a $50,000, $60,000 hospital bill, and you've maxed out your cap at $12,000. What is our hospital advocacy going to do about that $12,000? They're going to renegotiate it down, right? And what is the average negotiated discount that CARES told us last year? 80%. Okay? Now let me ask you this: is it worth $49.95 a month as a supplement to Obamacare to have somebody negotiate that bill down, right? All right. Now, there's a lot of controversy going on right now. It has, it's political. I mean, it's got into the political area, as you all know. Is it a penalty or is it a tax? Well, let me tell you what. It is a tax because the Supreme Court said it is a tax. I don't care what all the politicians say, that it's not a tax. It is a tax, okay? Now, I will tell you that in order to get subsidies, you must be a citizen of the United States of America, okay? okay? So there's going to be all of the undocumented people that are here, can't get any subsidies. Wonderful market, right? Wonderful market. They can't get it. They just never gonna do it. They estimate that right now there's about, quote, 50 million uninsured, okay? They estimate that there's going to be between 17 and 18 million people that will not, that can't get the Affordable Care or the Obamacare. They simply just fall through the cracks. You understand what I'm saying? So there's still a huge, huge market between beginning after January the 1st of 2014. Here's our challenge, is not to be confused. It is in my opinion, it is a great program. It's going to help a lot of people. The only thing that I personally, this is Dennis Bloom personally disagree with, is the mandate. The federal government telling you, you must buy something. Because it's like one of the justices said, if the federal government can tell you to buy insurance, they can also tell you to buy broccoli, right? There is a slippery slope that we are on now. Because if the federal government can tell you to buy insurance, they can also tell you you must buy a Chevrolet Volt, right? And if you don't, we're going to tax you. They can tell you you've got to buy this kind of house, energy efficient, right? And if you do not, they're going to tax you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not what our founding fathers, I'm getting political now, okay? That is not what our founding fathers set this fantastic government up that we have today. But it is the law of the land today. There is an opportunity. I believe that when the justice decided to make it a tax, and through that taxing mechanism to make it legal or constitutional, he said something that I believe is true. What he said was, listen, the courts are not going to undo bad legislation. That's not our job. That's not the justice's job, okay? Their job was, is it constitutional or isn't it? If it is a bad law, it's up to the Congress and the people to repeal it, right? Okay? I believe that there's probably a 50-50 chance that we're going to change administrations. I'm not making any comment on that. If we do, and I believe that it'll probably be repealed and something else will be in its place. Overall, in my opinion, it is a good act. But I don't like the government telling me what I must buy and what I can and cannot do. Does that make sense? All right, very good. Obamacare is a great opportunity for AmeriPlan. I believe you're going to have more opportunities and more times that you can sit down with a prospect and show them how AmeriPlan can be of tremendous benefit. If they can go to a doctor and not have to pay any copay, if they can go get an MRI and not have to make any copay, if they can go get a CAT scan and not have to make any copay, if they can go to the hospital and their portion of the hospital bill is $6, $7, $8, or $9, $10,000, and CARES, our benefit group, can negotiate that down to $1,000, $2,000. That's the benefit to us of Obamacare, okay? Thank y'all very much, and we'll talk to you later.